I just finished Farlova's story quest, and that was pretty good for a gacha game. However, Farlova used a lot of big words. I wasn't really paying attention. I guess I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Why are you guys looking at me like that? So I'm a bit late to the party, but with 2.6 just around the corner, Wuthering Waves has had a bunch of different updates, and I'm here to answer the question, is it worth it to play this game for new or returning players? And I'll just let you guys know my experience, and we can go from there. So if you're the type of person who likes to play video games for the story, then yeah, you should check this game out. A lot of gacha games are not really known for their story, let's just say that, and Wuthering Waves was no different at the beginning, so it's almost night and day to see where they started to where they've come from, because the plot at the beginning was aggressively mid, and now it's probably one of the best stories in gacha gaming. And that's just not me saying that. I mean, look at how everybody reacted on the internet.
What the Like, this game is so cruel, bro. Oh, it's just messed up, bro. What the fuck?
People doing everything from crashing out, crying, to canceling content creators. People did not know how to act with this story. I think the main reason people really like this story is because, well, when it comes to gacha, it's pretty much the Harlem treatment that you get with these games. Like, the main character comes, saves the day, and everybody falls in love with them. They have a Harlem, and you know, that's the end. But with this story, they were actually not afraid to write a more nuanced story with high stakes, and where it's not black and white. You know, how most stories the hero wins and the villain is pure evil. It's not like that. They were not afraid to make certain characters irredeemable or make bad choices, or, you know, to humanize certain characters' decisions. It was like a real normal average like anime story, but in gacha terms this is like 11 out of 10, and that's coming from a guy who usually presses the skip button in these games. And then there's the recent characters. Farlova just recently released. You can't get her anymore, but I would say she's a pretty unique character and fun to play. However, she's not the most busted character. Like, if you're looking for a Zani or a Jinsei, I wouldn't say she's at that power level. At least I haven't seen it, but she's pretty strong. Also, an issue is that she like needs her weapon apparently, like more than any other character. It's like another Brant situation, but even worse. So she's not the most free-to-play friendly character, but she is really versatile, has a fun play style, and can fit on like any team, and is like a really good anchor unit for like Havoc teams. So that's my opinion. But hopefully they don't design future units weapon like hers, because I don't know, apparently it's really bad. Like, if you have Farlova without her signature weapon, let me know how you're doing. Is it as bad as they say? When it comes to the rest of the patch, like combat wise, I kind of have a problem with the game, because like there's no events recently. Like, there's been barely any events. Am I crazy? Or is there like no events? And none of them have been combat, so the game, I'm not gonna lie, has felt pretty stale. Like, I feel like Wuthering Waves has these ups and downs. They go through like a super crazy patch and then a super dry patch, super crazy patch, super dry patch. Some would call it filler. I feel like this is a filler patch. And the two characters, Brant and Cantarell, like, unless you have gems saved up, I don't know if you're gonna really get what you want out of these banners. It doesn't seem like there's much free to play gems to go around. However, 2.6 is gonna be crazy. So even still, while there's not much to do, this is like the perfect time to get into the game, because we're about to go into 2.6 and it's looking really good. In fact, I got a whole list of things I'm looking forward to. For one, they're finally adding flight to the original zones, which everybody and their mom has been requesting, so I'm really happy for that. Even though I've pretty much explored and done everything there is in the main maps, I'm happy for y'all. They're adding the new character, Augusta, and she's an electro DPS, probably going to be really strong. She can freeze time for 8 seconds apparently, so already a must pull. Then you got Luno, who looks like a really cool support aerial gauntlet user. I don't know much about her except that she has really cool animations, and she's going to be a pretty decent support, and she buffs heavy attack. Probably going to be pretty niche honestly, but if you need some more supports on your account, Probably a fun choice. Then Carlotta is being reran, as well as Shorekeeper and this lady. I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. And pretty much everything in the game is getting a massive overhaul. We're getting new echoes, new regions, new story quest, and you know it's going to be good because the story's been pretty banger recently. New battle pass weapons, so that adds a whole new way to play your characters. I never really use the battle pass personally, but I'm happy for y'all. And yeah, whole new region and tons of events, thank God, because we've been missing the events recently. So pretty much anything you could ask for, whether you like the story or the characters, you're gonna have fun here. Only thing I think is missing is a lot of combat events. I'm not sure how much combat events they're adding, but I really think we've been slacking recently in combat events. That's what I live for, so more of those please. And apparently they're adding a whole new level to the Tower of Adversity, which has not received much of really anything since the game started. So yeah, the whole update is seeming pretty hype. It's seeming to be one of those crazy woo-ha updates that they always do once in a blue moon. So I would definitely start playing the game if you're new or thinking about returning to the game. It's a great time to start right now. My only complaints with the game currently are some of the end game. Is it just me or has it been a bit sweaty recently? I don't know, maybe it's a skill issue for me, but both Whimpering Waste and even Tower of Adversity has been a bit of a struggle for me personally. Maybe you guys can leave me some tips, but I just rolled for Cantarella's weapon, so maybe I'm going to be soaring through it now. Also, I don't know how they're implementing these Nightmare Echoes where you can only farm them once a day. You don't have to use wave points, but you can only farm them once a day. So I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments about that. I have mixed feelings. And if none of this makes sense to you as a new player, don't worry. That's pretty much all I really got to say. How are you guys been feeling about the game recently? Every opinion's welcome, whether you quit, whether you're having fun. It's all welcome here. Let's just be respectful. That's all I ask from my comment section. Let's not be one of those. That's all I got. Peace.